Real help don't hurt. It's not good English, but it's what we believe here. Hi, I'm Dan, and I find these types of commercials pretty offensive. Anyone charging 400% interest should not be allowed to use words like help to describe what they do. Did you know a typical consumer at one of these sites will spend, on average, almost 800 hard-earned dollars repaying a $350 loan? A friend and I, with the help of a church, tried offering something completely different. It caught on, and now thousands use the nonprofit grace period. Our borrow for free concept needs some explanation, so please be patient as you work through these presentations. I believe you'll see when it comes to loans like these, different is definitely better.
You can't get much more different than grace period. For starters, we are a nonprofit club, so our focus is on service, not income. We don't have customers, we have members. We operate like a co-op with good people helping good people. If all you need is some money till your next payday, our members are glad to provide it to you with no cost or obligation. But we have even better news. If you're like the overwhelming majority of borrowers who need to use the money for more than one payday, our no-cost option extends to you as well. Borrow for free isn't a slogan, it's our mission.
Yes, you can borrow for free, and you don't have to return all the money on your next pay to get a no-cost loan from Grace Period. We want everyone, even those needing funds for 5, 10, 15, or more weeks, to borrow for free. To understand how that becomes possible, we have to go a little further. For most people we help, their need is triggered by an event, a car repair, a sick child, an unexpected bill. All these are legitimate reasons to need money, but they don't have to create a need to borrow. And for far too many, that's exactly what they do. I'm sure I'm telling you nothing new here. But listen, thousands just like you have found a workable way to make borrowing for unexpected emergencies completely unnecessary, and Grace Period has helped.
A study by the Center for Responsible Lending has stated that the average consumer will spend about $800 retiring a $350 loan. This would make the average loan repayment term about 7 pay periods. By necessity, these borrowers dramatically adjusted their spending habits, $800 less over 7 pays. How do we know this? Because they paid their loans back. What's another word for money not spent? Savings. You see, people are more capable of saving than they give themselves credit for. Regrettably, though, the consumers in the study did not benefit from the spending adjustment, and the lenders got all their money. This is why Grace Period is revolutionary. What it provides is an environment where developing the skill of putting aside $25 a week for a rainy day will take you back in time, allowing you to recoup the cost of borrowing.
So how does a system like this work? The answer is surprisingly simple. You probably need a loan. I've been there. But by using Grace Period, I have built an emergency fund. Members like me will lend you the money you need if you promise to use it wisely. Pay it back and then start building your own emergency fund. Living life with a financial cushion. Yes, a financial cushion is much easier. In months from now, a person you probably won't know or ever meet will watch this video. Join the club and be blessed by what you've done. The beauty of Grace Period is this. I've built my emergency fund to make things better for me and my family, but by doing so, I make things better for others. Paying it forward is how members like us borrow for free.
So now you may be beginning to understand how borrowing for free is not only possible, but makes sense. Like me, most people start their membership needing funds. Borrowers repay and become savers, and collectively, we savers become lenders. It's a circle of help. Get help, return it, help yourself. And just by doing so, you bless others. So, Grace Period is a nonprofit club supported by its membership. Some members are borrowers and some are builders. Borrowers support the club by paying dues and later becoming builders. Builders support the club by increasing its resources. Builders like me earn a rebate every single week. This rebate reverses the cost of our loans. This process gives everyone access to every single loan completely free, and it's built on a simple 3-to-1 ratio.
Meet John. John needs a $300 loan for a car repair which he gets from Grace Period. John decides to repay the loan and associated club costs over 5 pays. He could take more time, but this schedule works for him. John continues building an emergency fund after repaying his loan for 15 additional pays. While John's been building his fund has been working hard behind the scenes to reduce his borrowing cost. Now 20 pays in, because of paying it forward, John has access to every penny he contributed over the last 20 pays. He has the total he accumulated being a builder. This is his money available for withdrawal at any time. He also has received back all of his club borrowing costs via rebate. This too is now his money. And if he really gets in a bind, John has the ability to borrow from the club again whenever necessary. When John builds 3 times longer than he borrows, no matter how long that is, John has access to all his paid-in money. That's the power of paying it forward. But couldn't John do the very same thing at his local bank? He could, but it would take a whole lot longer. Using a bank, the 3-to-1 cost recovery ratio would become almost 100 times less efficient. It would take John working with his bank more than 5 years to do what paying it forward accomplished in just 20 pays. Good thing John's a smart guy.
The club is governed by rules to ensure everyone benefits. One-time, single-pay borrowers are exempt from our most important rule. Again, if you plan to pay back your loan in full on your next pay, borrow, repay, and be blessed. There is no cost or obligation. But this opportunity is available only once. Returning borrowers, installment borrowers fall into a different category.
Remember, the whole club is built on the circle of help. So those using Grace Period's funds for more than a single pay are asked not to exit the circle before helping themselves and paying it forward.
All members are required to work towards borrowing for free after repaying their loan. This requirement may sound odd, but because the loans are inexpensive, borrowers may be tempted to decline the rebate and exit without building. This practice would definitely stop the circle.
Most of our members see the value in regimented savings and continue on well beyond the program's requirement, but we insist everyone at least do a minimum amount of saving.
The minimum requirement is 90 for 90. Members are responsible to build an emergency fund that makes at least $90 available for 90 consecutive days. We do this by putting aside $25 per week based on our regular pay schedule. Remember, this emergency fund is something we can access anytime without cost, and a rebate is earned every week. So it's really not a catch, it's a blessing.
So what keeps our members from exiting before doing 90 for 90? A fee. By adding a refundable initiation fee to the program, we make it cost more to opt out of paying it forward. Complete 90 for 90, this initiation fee is immediately refunded. You're welcome to stay as long as you like, but you can feel comfortable knowing your obligation ends in just 90 days.
I hope this presentation makes as much sense to you as it did to me. I look forward to you joining me and the other 6,000 plus members that Grace Period has served. To move forward, push the Ready to Borrow Free link below. Welcome to the club.